All right, so again, welcome. My name is Carly Dillon, guys. I am an admissions counselor here at High Point University, and joined with me today is Christian. He is one of our recent freshmen here at High Point, and he is very excited to give kind of his take and some, um, you know, helpful tips and tricks about freshman year and maybe what to get excited for and answer any questions you guys may have. So first and foremost, Christian, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, kind of tell us your major, what you're studying, where you're from. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I did prepare a presentation, but it looks like I'm having a hard time sharing my screen. Is there, I don't know, Carly, if this is on my end or
Give me
something.
1 second and I'll try to go ahead and introduce yourself and I'm gonna try to get that access to you here.
Yeah, so folks, my name is Christian. I come all the way from the very beautiful New Jersey. I just like Carly said, I just finished my freshman year here at High Point. I'm a business administration major with a minor in instrumental music. I play clarinet, tenor sax, and tuba in 3 different musical ensembles here, so definitely something I'm super involved in. In addition to that, I am a part of our Honor Scholar program here at the university. I'm also an ambassador here at the university, and I am a presidential scholar. Outside of High Point, I am I'm involved in Musical Empowerment, which is a local nonprofit to North Carolina, and I teach an underprivileged student clarinet via video lessons. A super awesome and rewarding thing that I'm very happy I'm able to do. In addition to that, I will be participating in a professional level marching band group this summer called Spirit of Atlanta. So that is, how I spend my time outside of the university, and I'll be playing tuba for that if any of us are curious at home. So that's a little bit about me.
Awesome, thank you,
Today, yeah.
Christian. And I think I did give you sharing privileges. So you should be able to see that share button now
Hmm.
toward the bottom of your screen, possibly.
Hello. I've got file and new whiteboard.
Oh,
Um, uh-oh. I'll tell you, everyone at home, my specialty is in Google Meet and Zoom. WebEx, um, very unfamiliar to me. So give us just a second here, and if not, we'll carry on and we can listen to my beautiful voice
and
without
Christian
me.
too, if you can't manage to figure out that share button, you can go ahead and send it to me and then we can do it on this end if you want to
Hmm.
email it to me if you're able to.
Yep, let's do that. People, the power of technology here.
It's pretty awesome.
Send one thing. I mean, just check that out. If you can't tell already, everyone, I like being hydrated. I have my nice big water bottle here.
All right. And then you just have to give me access and we're going to be rocking and
Oh
rolling.
boy.
I will tell you all, I'm not going to tell you my age, but I'm on the older end of the millennials. So me and technology, we're still getting to know each other.
All right, I have updated that. So if we reload that, Carly, hopefully it'll work.
All right, guys, let me share my screen here. Bear with me.
Oh, check that out.
Awesome.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. So now that we've kind of set it up there, I will say, I definitely remember seeing the online presentations where people kind of can't get the technology together. So I'm sorry I put us through that. But now that we're all set, again, this is my perspective. Just start us off with a real easy Zig Ziglar quote. I like quotes a lot. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Anytime I'm thinking of doing something new, trying something, this is something I like to think about. My background, we went over this. I'm a rising sophomore, and that's my major and minor again. There's a picture of me on the right playing tuba, looking oh so fancy with our nice sousaphone there. And then again, why do it tomorrow when you can do it today? Just something I believe in. It helps me be productive. Why wait for that assignment tomorrow when I can get it done today and do other things? It's enabled me to get a lot done in college, especially switching to a more autonomous lifestyle. So we'll jump to the next slide here and let's talk about my highlights. So highlights from my freshman year. Number one, definitely being in person. In-person classes were awesome. I know many of you guys are probably not in full school this year. Maybe even doing online school for a year and a half now. I think that's really tough to do. But here at High Point, we had all of our classes in person. So I was very happy, going back to my classes. And although we had to be spread out and although we were wearing masks, definitely something I was very happy doing. In addition, fall hiking. So I come from New Jersey, and hiking in New Jersey is not really something, extravagant, extraordinary. So I was able to do a lot of hiking with my friends. We can see me and my two guy friends right there. We're on Grandfather Mountain, if anyone is familiar with the area. Really just memorable trip for me. We woke up at 4:45 that morning and went straight to it. And definitely, a trip I will remember. Really great to take opportunities, off campus, explore the state if we're from out of state, and see everything going on. Third thing that happened to me was quarantine. So I had a close contact just at the end of the semester, so right at Thanksgiving. I'm definitely going to remember quarantine, that I had Thanksgiving, in my dorm room. But the university was super awesome about it. Quarantine process was very easy. I got the fresh food every day. I got a quarantine Thanksgiving meal. I can't speak highly enough about how painless the process of being in quarantine was. Here at High Point, other universities were shutting people away and shipping them, home and all that. High Point, we did not do that. Our students were given really nice facilities, and although I had to go through it, I wouldn't do it again, but it was good to do just this one time. HPU's Christmas, another highlight for me. It was awesome to kind of wake up that morning and just start seeing a bunch of nutcrackers all along the promenade. I lived in Finch, which is housing for our underclassmen honor scholars, and I would walk, from Finch to across the promenade and to my class in Couch, and just boom, nutcracker, nutcracker, nutcracker. I remember walking around, being on the phone with my parents, and all I could do was, oh, look, Mom, another nutcracker. And I walk, again, oh, another nutcracker. Just great to see it. Great to be in that Christmas spirit. Despite COVID and everything, we were able to still be energetic in that way. And that's definitely something I'll remember, and really looking forward to it these next couple of years. Next are spring carnivals. So the picture you see on the right, that is me and some friends on a Ferris wheel. We brought a Ferris wheel to campus. Guys, how many other universities are doing that normally? How many of them are doing it during COVID? None of them. People were home, right? Here at High Point, I mean, we had a whole spring carnival, axe throwing, the rock climbing, and that Ferris wheel. I mean, just three of the awesome things we had. And it was really cold. You can see me kind of bundled up in my winter coat there, but just a great opportunity to have. And I'm really looking forward to that next year and years after that. Next, ambassadoring, not really a word, but we'll call it that. It's great to do events like this, get to meet you guys. I just came off of a tour earlier today, meeting with more prospective students. Looking for a college and touring colleges can be really stressful and really confusing. And it's really a privilege to get to navigate with everyone, navigate you guys through that and share my experience, just like I'm doing now, and talking about, everything I've loved about High Point, and giving you guys my perspective. And then, of course, lastly, everything I can't quite remember. So, some of the late nights and some of the early mornings and stuff like that, that doesn't jump out to me, or didn't jump out to me when I was making this presentation and now talking about it. But they're all things I certainly will look back on and remember. And it's, the little moments that are, captured on a short video or something like that. Just really awesome. And we'll jump to the next slide here. Involvement. So getting involved at High Point is one, super easy, but getting involved in college, right? Super important. And the best way to do that here on campus, that's going to be our involvement fair. That's going to happen within the first couple of weeks of the fall semester, and it's going to happen again the spring semester. And two big organizations to get involved in with that are SGA and HBU CAT. I definitely see their impact. SGA put on that spring carnival, and HBU CAT puts on a number of trips, skiing trips, beach trips, water trips, stuff like that. HBU CAT's going to be responsible for that. And they even have stuff already planned for next fall, right in the beginning of that, right in the beginning of the semester. So definitely two groups I see a huge impact from. In addition to them, we also have over 150 clubs and activities on campus. So there really is something for everyone, whether it's a club you did in high school that you want to continue, a new club you want to try out, a new activity, intramurals, right? The next point here, intramural sports and club sports, whether you want to pick up volleyball for the first time or try golf or soccer or softball. Oh, excuse me. You can do that here at High Point. It's super easy to get involved. And a lot of those, you can crisscross and you can do multiple intramurals. You can do, an academic club and you can do Greek life and you can do a club sport. You can do an intramural team, everything like that. So it's super easy to get involved. And right, this last point here, do you get involved in a lot or a little? So like I just pointed out, you could do a lot, you could do Greek life, an academic organization, an honor society, a fellows program, an intramural sport, that'll really fill up your plate. Or you could do a little, maybe you do, for me personally, I took our band program and I really branched myself out of that. I'm very involved in everything band related here on campus in our instrumental music department. So while the number of organizations I'm involved in might be on the smaller end, what I do in those organizations is much larger than just playing and I'll pick up basketball game or something like that, which I will do. I am let me tell you guys, I'm a killer basketball player. I went 10 for 10 in free throws. So definitely I challenge, anyone who wants to play some basketball, let's do it when you guys come in the fall. Fall, spring, anything like that. So again, a lot or a little, it's really up to you. I recommend, branching out and then we can kind of cut back on that and see, what do we really like to do here on campus. So we'll come to the next slide. So what I wish I knew, I know I'm really zooming through this presentation here. What I wish I knew, number one, plane tickets are expensive, guys. Being from New Jersey, it's really awesome that I'm able to fly home. But booking that trip a week before can be expensive. So definitely plan that out with mom and dad beforehand. And the great thing about that is even though your plane ticket's going to be, a lot sometimes, the university is going to get you to that airport for free, which is a really awesome service we have that I'll certainly be utilizing, that I have utilized, I'm utilizing this weekend, and I will be for the next 3 years, right? You wear any of your HPU swag and we'll get you to the airport for free. So definitely something awesome that university has, but plan out those trips. Second, taking notes during Dr. Cubane's seminars, right? We do have the seminar on life skills, right? His course that he's going to teach fall semester your freshman year. Take notes during that, guys. I cannot stress enough. Bring a little notebook, little notebook just for Dr. Cubane's seminars. You can open it up, everything that he's teaching there. Super awesome, super important. The stuff you learn in that class can change your life very easily. If you learn how to invest your money early on when you're 18, 19 years old versus when you're 30, the difference is not something I can explain. So take notes during his class. Third here, office hours. Not something that I had in high school, so something pretty unfamiliar for me, but you want to spend time in office hours. Your professors can be some of the most impactful people you ever meet. And what I like to say is if you engage our professors, they're going to engage with you. I went to my the head of the honors programs housing, Dr. Hedman. I went to his office hours right in the beginning of the semester. I got to know him, and we've kept in touch since. And I've had class with him, and he's really afforded me some great opportunities. We went to lunch just a couple weeks ago, me and one of my friends. And I'll be having lunch in a couple days with a potential faculty member here at High Point. That's not an opportunity that every student gets. That's something that I get to do. I'm adding to my college experience here, right? Because I've engaged with my faculty. And if you engage in that faculty, they'll invite you to do undergraduate research with them. They'll invite you to lunch, dinner, things like that. These are people with a big life outside of the classroom as well. They're going to teach you your subject. They're going to teach it really well. But you definitely want to make sure that you get to know them outside the classroom too, because what they can teach you outside of the classroom can be phenomenal. Folks they got doctorates. They're pretty smart. Right. And last thing here, ask questions. There really is no such thing as a stupid question. And you probably heard that before, but I really do believe in it. And I think if you ask questions, it's better to ask questions and maybe look like a fool than actually be a fool and not ask questions and not know what you're doing. So ask questions when you don't understand something, right? We have tutoring services available. Mom and dad are not always there for us in college to say, hey, like you didn't do well on that test. you should go to tutoring services. And then you realize, oh yeah, I should. You got to do that yourself, right? So ask questions, get out there, get involved. And that's, ask questions. People will be happy to answer them. So we'll jump to the next slide here. And my advice. My advice, try new things, right? You're coming to college, it's a different world. It's a different world. There is not a lot of hiking in New Jersey, but I did some of it with my parents and my family, and I was like, it's okay. And then my roommate, who we saw in one of the first photos, he was like, I love, the scenery here in North Carolina. Like, let's go hiking sometime. Previously, I hated hiking, but I knew that, it might be different. I'll give it a shot. Let me try something. And I tried it with him, and I absolutely loved it. And willing to wake up early in the morning as we travel, eat McDonald's and then be on the road, and you climb to the highest height you've ever been to get these incredible views. I'm hiking on ladders, right? And all that, something I've never done before. And if I didn't take that leap of faith in the beginning that, oh, this might be different, let me just try this. I wouldn't have happened. And I was just hiking yesterday, again, over at Hanging Rock. So something good. It wasn't a new thing for me, right? But I wanted to give it another try. In addition to giving things another try, that you have done before, try new things that are totally unfamiliar to you. Before coming to college, I had never played the tuba. I had never been in any sort of honors program. I had never done undergraduate research. I've done all three of those things just in 1 year. And those are certainly things that I'm going to remember. They're very rewarding, each of them in their own way. Like playing tuba, I've learned so much more about music that I thought I could never learn before. Being part of an honors program, I've developed a group of friends that I never thought I could have. And I've taken classes that I never thought I'd be learning about, here in college or ever in my life. And I've done research, I was hesitant at first, but I gave it a shot. And now my partner and I are looking to do some research, continue our research, and continue to present it outside of the classroom. So, that could award travel opportunities, that could award networking opportunities and everything of the like, right? And that's because I gave it a shot. So if you try it, just try something. And if you don't like it, that's okay, but at least you gave it a shot. Support people and people will support you. I think this is really important too. I have learned over this year that my network of people who want me to succeed is ridiculously large. I have so many people who are rooting for me. I've got people at home rooting for me, of course, mom and dad. I've got my brothers. I've got my friends here now and faculty here. I have admissions rooting for me. Everyone is rooting for me to do well. And with that, you're able to rise to a different level and perform at a different level you're unfamiliar with, right? Off screen even. And see, this is what I can do with those people. So if you support people, they're going to support you, and together you guys can rise to a different level and accomplish more than you can even imagine. Third, communication is key. I think communication is the most important thing to have. And Dr. Cuban, a phenomenal communicator, a phenomenal person to learn communication from, and that'll definitely be touched upon in your life skills seminar with him. But communication is key. If you let people know where you are in a situation, they're going to let you know where they are, and then you guys can do really well together. You can flourish together. My roommate and I, every roommate's going to have some disagreements, but we were so open in our communication and talking to each other. This is why I do this. This is why I do that. I really need this to get, this to work this way and this to work that way. And it was give and take on both ends. Absolutely, that's going to happen all in life. But because of our open communication, we got along super well. And actually, me and my roommate and our two suite mates, the four of us are living in the same style, the same arrangement next year. So through our great communication, we did so well the first time around. We're going to do it again, and perhaps even times after that, right? So communication is key. Communicate with your professors and say, hey, I'm having a really hard time with this, or hey, I love this subject. Can we meet and talk about it more? What outside reading can I do on whatever subject we're learning about, right? So communication is absolutely key. Finally, from Steve Jobs, right? Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. I think that's really important. College is about you. Now, a lot of the people who are going to be here at High Point, they don't know who you were beforehand. So am I telling you to totally change, exactly who you are? No, absolutely not. You are you. But it's great to, you have to continue to be you and don't try to be someone that you're not. So if you don't like doing an activity, don't continue to do it just because, your new college friends are doing it. Do what you want to do, and I promise you, all the chips are going to fall where they should be. And if you do that, you're going to have a better college experience. You're going to have a better time. You're probably going to meet more meaningful friends than maybe the folks that are forcing you to participate in a club or an activity or, an outside of school thing, anything like that. So be yourself, right? And then let other people kind of gravitate towards you that way. Finally, these bottom two quotes I like a lot, right? A ship is always safe at shore, but that's not what it's built for. That's Einstein, who is on our campus, of course, adding to our inspiring environment. So we all have our safe space, our safe little bubble. We know how to do activities X, Y, and Z. So that's not what it's all about. We want to challenge yourself, push yourself to do something that you haven't done before, and you will be grateful for it. It's better to try and fail than, not try at all. And of course, life is too short to be taken seriously, from Oscar Wilde. It is college, and it is all about your academics. And I cannot stress that enough. It's about your academics. But not every day has to be a great day. Not every day has to be, super serious, by the book. Go do something spontaneous. If your friends say, hey, tomorrow let's wake up early and go out to an amusement park, or hey, let's go skiing this weekend. Even though it's a 3-hour drive, just do it. You got to take that chance and do something that's maybe out of your comfort zone, and you will benefit greatly from that. And if you do that and it doesn't go well, let's talk about it. Maybe we can do something that will go well for us. So that's all I've got there. I do have another slide after this, actually, Carly, so we can jump to that one. So if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to field those now. If there are questions that you guys think of and you don't want to ask everyone here, you can email me. You can find me on Instagram. And as we're thinking of those questions, from Anne Sweeney, a very successful entrepreneur and businesswoman in America, she says, define success on your own terms, achieve it by your own rules, and build a life you're proud to live, right? Everything is on you. Guys, college is autonomous. You are all about yourself. So think about yourself, do what's best for you. And for me, the best thing for me was High Point University, and I've never looked back since. So that's all I've got. Thank you for
Christian,
listening, everyone.
thank you. That was phenomenal. I wish I would have had this knowledge when I went to school, because that was extremely helpful. And we do have a couple of quick questions, if that's all right with you. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the questions that we have is, was it hard getting used to campus and finding your way around? And about how long did it take you to kind of master and navigate everything that's going on here?
Um, how long did it take me to kind of orient myself on campus? I would say about 48 hours, 2 days of being here. I will admit, I did a visit the summer of my junior year, and I had no idea what anything was. There was like Greek villages in a different like world, and where's this and that, and it was all very confusing. But within 2 days, a weekend of being here, very easy to kind of know where everything is, know where your classes are. Okay, this is housing over here. This is an academic building. Kind of, this is where all my food is going to be. I'm getting breakfast there tomorrow. And then what was the second part of that question?
Just essentially how long it took you to kind of familiarize yourself with where those buildings are. Because we have
Yeah,
a nice sized campus, but it's not super intimidating.
yeah. Again, I would say, a weekend. I'm not really discovering, new buildings on main campus that I had no idea existed. Now is the summer after my freshman year. So definitely, it's very easy to do. I wouldn't stress about that if I was an incoming freshman.
Awesome. All right. Another question we have is, what's something that you did not bring with you for moving that maybe you wish you had?
Tools, guys. Bring a tape measure. Um, bring. Oh gosh, I was borrowing my roommates for everything. Definitely bring a tape measure, guys. You have to measure things. Like before you even realize it. Measuring. Is this poster going to be centered on my wall? Stuff like that. So definitely measuring tape. I wish I brought. Also, think about move out. Believe it or not, move in, move out. So think about everything that you might have with that. So like for me, I acquired more stuff than I realized I would. So I had to go out and, buy some boxes to help me move around. So definitely think about move out when you're moving in. And with that, hangers. High Point is gonna give guys, we're gonna give you swag. You're gonna get some great High Point stuff. And I got a lot of it, and I very quickly ran out of hangers, and I was like, what the heck do I do about it? So bring extra hangers, shirt hangers, pant hangers, and things like that.
Awesome. And Christian, kind of another part to that question as well. Um, can you, well, it's only been a year, but can you reflect back on move-in weekend? Were there current students helping out to move your things in? Was it just you and dad working, or kind of what was the process as far as getting all of your awesome things into that dorm?
Yeah, so my parents and I, we drove down and, we come in the parking lot. By the time we reached my building, we had been greeted by about 4 or 5, individuals from the university. Most, I believe, were ambassadors. So you guys will see me. And, they're telling us where to go, and we pull up, and an army of students unloads everything in my car. And I help out, with what I can get out in time by the time I've gotten out of my car. I came with a lot. I had multiple bags. I had instruments with me and all that, and they stuck it in large bins. And then they brought the bins directly to my room. I brought, my saxophone or something to my room with me. They dropped it off outside, and then they let me. Um, they helped me bring everything in. We unpacked everything, and then they brought that large bin out of the way, and then it was me, mom, and dad kind of setting everything up in my room. But as far as physically getting it to your room as a freshman, super easy. Everyone's going to help you out with that. Before you realize it, stuff's in your room.
Awesome. And Christian, you may or may not know this. Someone asked if Blessing specifically had an elevator. I do believe all of our dorms have elevator access. So that is a good thing. And
Correct. Yeah,
then,
every building will have has elevator access. Yeah, I believe.
awesome. And then we have an incoming freshman from Florida who was wondering, which Christian, this doesn't necessarily pertain to you exactly, but they were wondering when they can start shipping their things to campus. You students will be receiving email notifications throughout the summer, but specifically moving closer to the fall for move-in weekend with specific instructions, tips, what you need to bring, as well as when you can start shipping into what address. So keep an eye out on your email, your student email, your HPU email, as well as your personal, because you will be receiving more information and specifics on that. And then I have one last question here for you, Christian, unless another trickles in. What is your favorite study area on campus?
Oh gosh. I'll tell you guys, especially when I'm on tour, I try to point out a bunch of the study areas, but there's just too many. These past couple weeks, I really enjoyed studying around Cottrell, both inside in our large conference rooms and our small offices, but also outside, overlooking the amphitheater, and definitely a good place to go, watching the sunset, getting some work done. I also love our Learning Commons, definitely a place where I pushed out a lot of management papers and reports. And then, of course, me personally, Smith Library. I like, there's a blank wall in front of me and one to my side, and on my left is, organic chemistry textbooks that I don't understand anyway. So they're not going to distract me. So if you're looking for that distraction-free environment, Smith Library is your place, but don't steal my corner. It's mine, guys. Okay? Just, I'm not weird about it, but just
Not
we'll
even a
we'll, we'll
little.
talk. Yeah. Not even no, not at all.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, Christian, thank you so much. We appreciate your assistance in answering those questions and also just giving us a little bit of insight about your freshman year. And hopefully all of you students that are watching right now or will watch in the future are getting super hyped and excited to join us here on campus this fall because we're very excited to have you guys. And when you see Christian around, give him a shout. He'll definitely be that smiling face on campus. And again, thank you so much for joining this evening. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.